Morning, Trainiacs. Your boy made a couple of mistakes over the weekend that I am paying for right now. More on that just a little bit later. But the meat of today is about the difference between endurance and strength endurance. As expected, didn't have a whole lot in me there. No, that was bad. What happened over the weekend is I did a long ride on Sunday. Halfway through the long ride, 60K into 120K, ran out of fluids. I was planning on the town stop. That was halfway, having some water. Town store was closed. So I'm still dry here 2 days later. And then yesterday, what was supposed to be a recovery swim was much harder. Recovery needs to be recovery, or you end up like I was today, pretty flat, didn't do much on the sprints with the gang, and instead of a 20-minute run, did a 10-minute run. Adjust, don't bail. For starters, if you get tired enough, you bail. Let's get into the goods, shall we? Trainiacs, this is going to be just a regular old-fashioned sit down. So the difference between endurance and strength endurance is huge, and it has a lot of implications with... Bonk your head, Pete. A lot of implications to how successful you are in triathlon. Traditional endurance is like your engine. It's your heart and lungs. It's your central fitness. It's your body's ability to perform an aerobic exercise for a long period of time. Strength endurance or muscular endurance is peripheral. It's your arms and legs. It's your body's ability to perform a specific task muscularly many times in a row. Traditionally, the old way of doing things, I would associate more with just endurance training. This is building up your engine. Now, strength endurance is much more modern. This is where a lot of the training methods are starting to go. And the reason for that is that traditional endurance training of just building your engine over and over, mostly as building your VO2 max, has a very short top end. It's really only about 15 to 20% higher than a sedentary person can do. And it basically maxes out there, and just constantly trying to build that engine, you're not really going to be able to turn a pony into a thoroughbred racehorse. But with strength and muscular endurance training, the focus is more on building your top end speed, your muscles' ability to fire really quickly, good form, good technique, and delaying your body from breaking down, which tends to be the bigger issue in endurance races. Half Ironmans, Ironmans, full marathons, even Olympic distance triathlons that are longer than, say, an hour in distance. These are the ones where you don't see people saying like, oh, I couldn't work hard at the end because, my heart and lungs just wouldn't let me. They couldn't pump any harder. What people say is like, oh, I was starting to fail and like getting a problem in my calf or my hip or my back started getting sore. These are muscular endurance problems, and this is what will cause form breakdown and what will cause you to slow down. So let's talk first about the differences in training methods. Traditional endurance training is just going out, doing long, steady, kind of zone 2, zone 3 out of 5, like just that kind of hard but not really hard sort of effort, just building your aerobic system. Strength endurance training is more muscular. It's heavy volume in the pool with many repetitions. It's low gear work on the bike. It's hill reps on the run. It's form-based running as opposed to a lot of tempo-based running. And the thought is that working on your form and allowing it to stay really good till longer in the race will make you faster. Because at that point in the race, it's not about who can run twitchy fast. It's about who can slow down the least. Now, talking about the role that strength itself plays in each category. Traditional endurance training coaches would say that strength really doesn't play any sort of part because it's all about the engine, and strength, if anything, it just builds bulk and it makes you slow. Whereas with strength endurance training, there's a really big focus on strength and your body's ability to maintain postural fitness, stay upright, not collapse, not fail towards the end of the race. So in the off season, there might be a huge focus on heavy strength, big strength, building your body's ability to stay really strong and fire more neuromuscular patterns. And then come race season, there's also a really big focus on just postural fitness, staying nice and upright, keeping all those side stabilizer muscles really nice and healthy, making sure that you don't have any points of failure during a race. Then the time required in training for typical endurance training, like there have been some studies that show to actually get the amount of benefit that you need to become really fast in traditional endurance training, you need to be doing like literally 12 to 24 hours a day of long, slow, steady work to build up your engine. Whereas in muscular and strength endurance training, it's much more about quality over quantity. It's about hitting those really high peaks in speed and in strength, and then about building a nice low aerobic base that's just enough to keep you going throughout that race, but keeping that technique really solid throughout the entire time by being strong. So a couple of things come from this. Number one, at the end of this video, I will show you a playlist to all of our strength training videos, which I think are really important in strength endurance, if that's what you're into. And number two, if this is sounding really good, this is all going to be part of our new coaching platform, and there will be a link in the description below to the Kickstarter where we are basically just gauging interest in, is this style of training something that people are demanding? Because this is what it's going to be based on. I'm a quality over quantity kind of guy. Now, we got some bike fixing to do. Come on. Oh, that's gonna cost a pretty penny. So, the total tally is front hub something on the road bike, loose chain. It's been like 2 years, so it's stretched out because I put down so many frickin' watts on it. Cut the seat post on the Ventum, cut down the head tube on the Ventum, and problems with the front derailleur. Just gotta get it lined up, and I can't do it. Support your local bike shop, folks. It's good friends like James and Heather and Jeff and Rick and everyone there. All right, later, Trainiacs. If you aren't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button below. If you are subscribed, just continue doing you.